Hi, Nia. Nice to meet you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I mean, it's a little rainy here in Toronto, but otherwise, pretty good week.
Well, in Mexico City, the city that I live, it's cloudy, and in a few minutes, it's raining over the city.
Okay, so it's raining everywhere.
Yes, yes, yes. The rain is good for the world and for the earth and for the animals and for us, for all us.
Yeah,
Um, First of
exactly.
all, this is my first question for you, Nia. Thank you for this interview. And the first question is, how do you feel about writing music?
I mean, I write my own music most because I feel, so I guess they kind of go hand in hand a lot of the time. Um, but I love the freedom to write my own stuff and to be able to have all of my real thoughts, and it makes it easier to connect with people because what I'm talking about is what I'm really feeling. So if someone messages me and says something like with Drive Faster, when Drive Faster came out, a lot of people were like, "Oh, I'm going through a breakup and I know exactly what you mean." It's nice to see like other people are feeling the same things that you're feeling. So it's I love being able to write from my own heart and my own mind and connect with people that way.
When was born the idea to make music for you?
I think it was around, I mean, I always loved singing. My mom was a singer, so I always liked to just sing around the house and stuff. The first time I actually wrote a song was when I went to university and I had my first really big breakup. And I was
Wow.
trying to find a cover and I was trying to find a song to sing. So I was looking up like songs about breaking up with the first person you ever loved and never being able to see them again, but you're only 2 hours away from them. And it just got so specific that I was like, oh, I'm just gonna write my own song. How hard could it be to just write my own song? And then I wrote one, and the first one, I will admit, it was it was definitely showed me how hard it was because it was not very good. But I love just being able to like get all my feelings out, and it was so much easier to just write them all down and then see them and be like, okay, this is how I'm feeling, and then like put them in an order, I guess, and like make them into a song. So I guess the first time was when I went to university. So I would have been 18, I think.
Oh, you're very young. Do you have a method to compose?
I feel like I'm still learning so much that I don't have one specific one that works. Um, so like right now my method is just like feeling a lot and then writing a lot, and then whichever one is the best description of my feelings, I'm like, okay, we produce this one. like or like I'll show this
Okay.
to my managers. So there's yeah, it's a different kind of thing every time. There's no like sometimes I'll start with the lyrics or sometimes I'll start with like I'll hum something and I'll be like, oh, that would be a good song.
Mhm.
So I'm still learning, so it's kind of different every time. I don't really have one that works every time.
Do you remember what was the first sound that caught your attention?
Oh, I don't remember. I'm trying to think of like the first sound of
Maybe
like, oh yeah, like maybe give me an example.
a bird singing, the sound of the ocean, the voice of your mother, um, the TV
Right.
static.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it kind of depends. I mean, I feel like when I'm writing music or like when I'm making music, I'm just learning how to think about the sounds in it because I always just think of like, oh, you put a piano and then you sing with it, or like you put a guitar and you sing with it, and maybe you add drums, and like I'm learning that there are all these other like we put a ambulance siren in one of my songs the other day because it was going by and I was like, oh, that sounds cool, and like there's so many different weird little things that you're like, oh, like that sounds like it would, like a cricket in a really sad song. Like if you have crickets in it, like it's really, you just think of like, oh, like this is so lonely and you're alone in a field of crickets. And like, it could be really good. So I feel like sounds like it depends on how I'm feeling. Because sometimes if I'm too emotional, I'm like, I can't hear anything. Like I'm so in a little world in my head that I don't even think about my surroundings. I'll like walk into traffic. Like it depends. It really depends.
What you are preparing for the future? About music, about career, EP, LP, or maybe a few singles more?
Yeah, well, right now I'm signed with Arts and Crafts for distribution. So I'm signed for singles with them. So for the next couple songs, I'm just gonna release singles. I did make an EP with one of my really good friends, Harper, and we made the EP. And Drive Faster is actually off of the EP we made together. And Harper was my executive producer for that EP. So we really like worked on making each of the songs fit into the project, and like we made it very cohesive. And the way that project is, like I want to keep it that way because it's very special to like where I was at the time, and like and what Harper and I were capable of back then, and now I'm hearing the songs that him and I are making now, and they're completely different. So I have the one EP with Harper that I definitely want to come out eventually, but for now we're just gonna do some singles and just keep seeing how the songs feel and how people like them, and if people want me to sing more sad stuff, people like, I don't like, I might go through a breakup like next week, and then I have all these sad songs now, and we like change what my release, like what my releases are. So it could be anything. Right now, I'm just trying to get as many songs, as many honest songs as I can out as possible, and then just see where it goes from there. But I do have an EP that I have put together with Harper that we're just kind of waiting for the right time to release, I guess.
Do you have plans to visit Mexico in the future? Maybe in a part of part of a tour?
I would really love
you never
to.
come to Mexico.
Oh my God. A tour to Mexico would be crazy. I actually, the last time, I've been to Mexico once. And the last time I was in Mexico, I went to Cancun with my, am I pronouncing that properly? I'm like, I didn't even think of that. But I went for my parents', what was it? I went with my parents and it was their honeymoon. My parents did their honeymoon in Mexico, and I went with them because I was already born, so they couldn't leave me somewhere. So
well, Mexico it's a beautiful and romantic city. We have a very well in the capital, Mexico City, CDMX. It's a beautiful place to have a honeymoon. I think.
I mean, I'm sure they had fun. It was like them and their like little daughter just running around after them, and they're like trying to take pictures on the beach, and I'm like, come bury me in the sand. So that was the last time I was in Mexico. So I definitely want to make new memories there soon, hopefully soon.
I hope you visit soon the city. It's and I hope you like it too. As a young artist, what do you think about using networks like TikTok to promote your own music?
It's
because I saw your TikTok account, and it's very funny because you're dancing with your song, you're singing, and you have TikToks with your friends, and it's very. I think it's a powerful tool to promote whatever kind of art you, or whatever other people, to promote the things we do.
Yeah, well, I think that social media as a whole, like TikTok is definitely a very big part of the music industry now, just the way people are even being found. Like it's the way Justin Bieber was found on YouTube, and now like TikTok is where people are finding their favorite artists and stuff. So I think that for finding music, like TikTok is always like since it's been around, it's been like a fun way to it's not too serious, which I think is nice. You can make like I can make the videos of me dancing with my friends or like in the car with my mom and just kind of put my song behind it and be like, look, I'm promoting my song, but I'm really just having fun. And my song is playing in the background and I'm showing you that you can have fun with my song and stuff. So it's it's definitely a nice tool to have as like someone in their 20s trying to like a big part of me and my friends is that we love taking videos and pictures of what we do so that we can remember it. And like I think that TikTok's such a fun like time capsule almost of like if I scroll all the way down, then I can scroll to like the video that I started on TikTok when it was COVID and I was like I couldn't leave my house, so it's a video of like me in my pajamas with my dog. And like now it's me at a like we were at Oshiega last weekend and like now we're doing those things and just like sharing memories and stuff. Like I think that TikTok is like the perfect place to bring like work and life together in a way.
Well, thank you for that answer, and thank you for this interview too. I hope you come to Mexico very soon. It's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful city, and I hope you, when you come to Mexico, order of real Mexican tacos.
I will. I mean, hopefully, I get to come to Mexico and meet you guys. I would love to. We're working on trying to get me out of the city, so Mexico would be a really nice stop on the way.
Okay, thank you, Nia. Thank you for this interview, and thank you for your music.
Of course. Thank you so much. It was great talking with you for a bit.
Thank you so much. Bye
Of
bye,
course.
Nia.